enthusiasts, mystery solvers, and curious minds to a brand new podcast that's about to unravel the most captivating stories from the dark side of the law. Chronicles of Crime, Untold Investigations is about redefining the way you experience true crime. Stay tuned, because justice is knocking, and we're answering the call. Episode 2 of Chronicles of Crime, Untold Investigations. In tonight's chilling installment, we plunge headfirst into the dark depths of a perplexing mystery that revolves around two intriguing characters, Zhi Merah Binford and Tyrese Short, and their inexplicable deaths at the hands of an unlikely pair. Zhi Merah Binford and Tyrese Short, both young and full of potential, were robbed of their futures in the most horrifying way imaginable. These innocent souls deserved love, care, and nurturing, but instead, they found themselves in the clutches of individuals who betrayed their trust. In tonight's episode, we embark on a quest for justice as we seek to uncover the hidden truths and dark secrets that led to this unthinkable tragedy. Who were the perpetrators, and what drove them to commit such unspeakable acts against innocent children? Prepare yourself for a gripping and emotional journey as we strive to shine a light on the darkness that envelops this tragic tale. Episode 2 of Chronicles of Crime, Untold Investigations will take you on a profound exploration of the human capacity for cruelty and the enduring quest for justice in the face of heartbreak. Join us tonight as we confront the unthinkable and seek answers for those who can no longer speak for themselves. The brief life of Zhi Merah Binford, born on February 4th, 2010, and passing away at the tender age of just 3 months on May 30th, 2010, serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment we have with our loved ones. It is a stark reminder that some lives are cut short far too soon. The findings from the Hamilton County Coroner's Office, which indicate that 3-month-old Zhi Merah Binford died of blunt force trauma, raise serious concerns about the circumstances surrounding her tragic passing. The details provided by the police suggest that Lionel Dangerfield was babysitting the child while her mother, Chania Binford, was away. Upon Chania's return, the baby appeared to be asleep, but the subsequent discovery of the child's death the following morning is both distressing and deeply tragic. Blunt force trauma is a grave matter, and it demands a thorough investigation to determine how such injuries were inflicted upon an innocent child. The safety and well-being of children are of paramount importance, and it is crucial to hold individuals accountable for any actions that may have led to such a devastating outcome. This heartbreaking case underscores the importance of child safety, vigilant caregiving, and the need for a comprehensive examination of all the facts to ensure justice is served. Our hearts go out to Zhi Merah Binford and her family during this difficult time. The testimony presented in Lionel Dangerfield's case is both compelling and troubling. The text messages indicating Dangerfield's anger about being left alone to care for Zhi Merah Binford, while the child's mother left with the baby's twin sister, provide valuable insight into the circumstances leading up to the tragic event. The fact that the child's death was not immediately believed to be a homicide, but was later revealed to have resulted from numerous serious injuries, as testified by homicide detective John Horn, further underscores the complexity of this case. It highlights the importance of thorough police investigations and the need for a meticulous examination of evidence in cases involving child fatalities. The child had injuries to her ribs, skull fractures, and, I believe, optic nerve damage, Horn testified. The detective said Dangerfield offered only excuses when asked what had happened to the child. He guessed, if you will, that Zhi Merah may have hit her head on a car seat, Horn testified. He guessed there was a storage bin close to a bed where he had laid her down and the covers matched, and she may have fallen approximately 18 inches or 1.5 feet when he laid her down there. As this trial unfolds, it will be essential for the legal system to carefully weigh all the evidence presented and ensure that justice is served, particularly in such a heartbreaking and sensitive matter. Lionel Dangerfield got into an argument with a judge during his capital murder case is a significant development with potentially serious consequences. Maintaining a respectful and professional demeanor in a courtroom is essential, as it can affect the outcome of a legal proceeding. Engaging in arguments with a judge can harm one's case and may hinder the efforts of their legal team to present a strong defense. The developments in Lionel Dangerfield's capital murder case, including his request to fire his court-appointed lawyer and concerns regarding the timing of his trial, highlight the complexity and sensitivity of the legal proceedings. Judge Ralph Ted Winkler's decision to request the second time to fire his court-appointed lawyer underscores the importance of an accused individual's right to legal representation. Defendants must have confidence in their legal team to ensure a fair trial. The concerns raised by Lionel Dangerfield regarding the timing of his trial and the potential impact of his relationship with Christopher Dangerfield, along with the similarities in their cases, add a layer of complexity to the situation. Ensuring a fair and impartial trial is essential in cases of this magnitude, especially when the stakes are so high. The tragic case involving the shaking death of 3-month-old Zhi Merah Binford is a deeply distressing matter, and it is critical that all parties involved, including the court and legal representation, work diligently to uphold the principles of justice, fairness, and due process. Dangerfield's first 2 lawyers, Dan Burke and Will Oswell, were fired by Dangerfield because he believed they were working too hard on the second phase of his trial, trying to spare him from a death sentence, and not enough on what he insists is his innocence. Lionel Dangerfield, who court documents also list as Lionel Dangerfield, then argued with the judge. "The other Dangerfield ain't my daddy," Lionel Dangerfield told the judge. "He just signed my birth certificate. Quit trying to put my name with his." "I'm not trying to do anything," the judge responded. "Now you're trying to create animosity." "I ain't creating animosity," Dangerfield shot back. "I'm just telling you how it is." "Well," the judge said, "just because you say it doesn't make it true." "It is true. Don't, expletive, try to tell me who my daddy is," Dangerfield said. Winkler again tried to talk to Dangerfield, who answered with more cursing. "I don't care what you say," Dangerfield told the judge. "That doesn't mean Dangerfield. Expletive." "To you, it doesn't," the judge said. "I know who my expletive daddy is. Anybody can sign a birth certificate." "Keep talking. Go ahead," the judge said. "You may just be hurting yourself." And it could cost Dangerfield a death sentence. The developments in Lionel Dangerfield's case with the accused contesting the paternity of Christopher Dangerfield as his father, add another layer of complexity to an already intricate legal situation. Prosecutors may use this new information to challenge the defense's narrative regarding the accused's upbringing. The allegations surrounding Christopher Dangerfield's involvement in the fatal beating of Tyrese Short and the disturbing details of abuse make this an emotionally charged case. The defense's argument that Lionel Dangerfield had a difficult childhood within that environment could now be subject to revision, given the uncertainty about their familial relationship. Lionel Dangerfield's trial was rescheduled indicates that this case will continue to be closely watched as it unfolds, and both the prosecution and defense will have to adapt their strategies based on the evolving details of the case. The legal system will play a crucial role in determining the outcome, including whether the death penalty will be considered. So who is Christopher Dangerfield? Well, he is Lionel's father. Though he isn't just his father, he is Tyrese Short's father. In May 2010, Zhi died at the hands of Lionel, and in just a little over 6 months, Christopher would find himself in jail as well. Not just any jail, the same jail Lionel was in. In just those 6 months, both men would take the life of a child that was in their care. So how did this even happen? Caseworkers from the Hamilton County Department of Job and Family Services have been a part of Tyrese's life since his birth. Their involvement continued into early summer, even after a juvenile court judge granted custody to his father. Tyrese's case file contains extensive documentation. About 7 months after gaining custody of the child, Tyrese Short, his father, Christopher Dangerfield, fatally assaulted him. Before being placed in the care of his father, Tyrese had been under the custody of Hamilton County Children's Services from September 3rd, 2009 to May 7th, 2010. Due to his mother's inability to provide adequate care due to her struggles with substance abuse and mental health issues. When Dangerfield was granted custody, the county maintained a protective order until August and subsequently closed its case in October, as per state records. However, a new case was initiated for medical neglect on November 23rd, 2010. Just slightly more than a month later, Tyrese was brought to the hospital in an unresponsive state with a head injury and visible bruising. The file includes reports of Tyrese's recent injuries, including a broken leg and severe burns. Additionally, a babysitter informed the police that Tyrese disclosed his father had punched him in the stomach. Furthermore, Tyrese's mother reported that her son had recently suffered a blackened eye. These alarming incidents are part of the documented information in Tyrese's case file. Brian Gregg, a spokesperson for the Job and Family Services, declined to provide details about the specific case. However, an emergency meeting concerning this matter was convened. It is noteworthy that they also reported on the tragic death of another child, Savin Edwards, who was under the care of the Child Welfare Department on the same day. Savin had been on life support for 2 years, a consequence of severe shaking that had caused him to stop breathing on December 26, 2008. Caseworkers responsible for Savon's welfare were implicated for their failure to adequately protect him from his abusive father. Tragically, Savon, aged 2, passed away as well. Now, an investigation is being initiated in the case of Tyrese. Brian Gregg stated, "If we find there are failings at this end, we will take action." With each recent injury, Christopher Dangerfield had a readily prepared explanation, as reported by the police. Dangerfield placed a call to emergency dispatchers from his Walnut Hills apartment shortly before 3 p.m. on Tuesday, alleging that his son had been assaulted by some young kids at the corner store, an incident he claimed had occurred 3 times before. It wasn't until much later in the conversation that the dispatcher learned that Tyrese was only 3 years old and not an older child injured in a street fight. "He's only 3 years old? Who could be harming him?" questioned the dispatcher. Dangerfield once again attributed the injuries to neighborhood kids, then suggested that adults might have been involved as well. He described seeing scars on Tyrese's legs and back, and noted that the child was barely responsive. The dispatcher guided Dangerfield through performing CPR chest compressions on his son. Homicide investigator Sergeant Gary Connor explained that the police had thoroughly investigated all leads, including the possibility of neighborhood boys' involvement, but they ultimately concluded that Dangerfield was responsible for his son's death. During the court proceedings, attorney William Whalen informed the judge that Dangerfield had claimed the child fell and struck his head while bathing. Grace Dangerfield believes her stepson had a breakdown. She mentioned that he had been on medication, and both she and her husband, who is Christopher's father, and other family members had suspected Christopher had bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder can lead to severe mood swings, including periods of intense depression and extremely anxious behavior. People with this disorder may exhibit explosive and irritable tendencies, as explained by the National Institute of Mental Health. How can we remember the victim and honor their memory through positive actions and initiatives in our community? Were their deaths preventable? Do you think caseworkers from the Hamilton County Department of Job and Family Services are responsible at all? Do you know of a case we should know more about? If so, email us at chroniclesofcrime911@gmail.com. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey through the world of crime. We hope you found these stories as intriguing as we did. If you're hungry for more mysteries and investigations, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Your support and curiosity drive us to uncover the secrets that lurk in the shadows. If you have any cases, mysteries, or true crime stories you'd like us to explore in future episodes, please drop us a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. As we wrap up this episode, remember to stay vigilant, stay safe, and stay curious. The truth is out there, waiting to be discovered. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your wits about you. This is Chronicles of Crime, Untold Investigations signing off.